Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this episode we're going to talk about how you can climb a rope using a multi-sender device like a Rope Runner Pro or a unisender or a zigzag, you name it. It just needs to be able to be connected to your person with a chest harness. So you're going to need a chest harness. Obviously a little accessory carabiner is required to make the connection. You're going to need a rope, duh. You're going to need a foot ascender. So here I have the Petzl Pantene. I love this really small, compact foot ascender. It's great. And then you're just going to need a rated harness. So, and a helmet. Definitely need a helmet. Got to be safety conscious. And so yeah, here's how you do it. First thing you want to do with the rope is you'll notice I have it weighted down with a heaving line knot, and the excess that I couldn't use I turned into, I daisy chained it. If you don't know how to tie any of these knots, I have videos for them. So take a look. Just search either one of those titles and then include my username, Notorious, and it should come up. But what you want to do before you tie it is you're going to want to weight down the rope. Make sure that all that excess is drawn down and that it stretches out, and that way you can tie it in a way that it's going to be just hanging above the ground. So why do you do this? So the reason is when you have a foot ascender and you put it on and you don't do this, what's going to happen is every time you lift up your foot, at least for the first like 25 feet until the rope below you becomes heavy enough, it's going to rise up with the ascender and you're not going to make any actual progress. So by doing that, it allows the foot ascender or the rope to smoothly run through the foot ascender, so that with every step up that you make, you're going to capture progress. And that's really important. Anything you can do to maximize your efficiency when climbing a rope is worth doing, even if it's tiny, because it all adds up. The next part is to weight your system. So you've got your line up over the branch or whatever, the union, and then so the next thing you want to do is clip in, and then you're just going to want to weight the system. Get any stretch out, get any whatever, any rope that's going to move, and make sure that you bounce on it. Make sure there's no inherent or imminent threats up above you. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your chest harness on. Okay, so my chest harness is on. Now, final step, put my foot ascender in. Okay, now I am ready to ascend. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is lift my right or left leg, whichever one you're using, high up as you can. Capture as much progress as you can. And you can use your chest ascender to help you stay balanced, and you can put a little bit of weight into that and just kind of relax so you're not straining your abdominal muscles. And then put your hands up, and at the same time put all your weight into your foot, and then climb up, and then let that device just ascend with you with your chest ascender, and then sit back down, and then you repeat that. So now I'm going to raise my right foot up as high as I can, So there you go. I don't want to go up any higher because I'll be out of frame, but that is really all you do. You just keep doing that until you get to the top, and then when you get to the top, you undo your chest ascender and then you take off your foot ascender. Okay? Then get your rope off to your brake hand side, and then holding the rope securely to make sure you're in control of what is getting fed into your device. You're going to depress it and go down. Wasn't the most graceful rappel, but you get the point. Even people with experience have problems. You know, it's not as efficient as rope walking, but the reason I made this video is because I currently don't have a knee ascender, which is a critical component for rope walking, and I just don't have one right now. So I've been thinking to myself, well, maybe other people are in this situation and don't realize that they can still climb. You know, it's not as graceful and it's not as efficient, but hey, you'll get to the top. And if you climb regularly, like I do, it's really actually not that difficult. And think of it this way, you're exercising. You know, it's like, I don't know, doing planks or something like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing, and thank you so much for watching. Keep in mind that I always have, or usually have, pretty detailed, interesting, and informative descriptions to my videos. You know, below in the description column, I tend to add a lot of afterthoughts, and I put in a lot of, you know, information that a lot of people might find helpful. Not all the time, but keep an eye out for it, because it does happen, and it happens regularly. So, thanks so much for watching. Bye.